Cool. Word. Semii.
What's up?
Appreciate you coming through.
Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely.
Definitely appreciate y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Think how you feeling?
I'm good.
So, I'm gonna let you take this one right here. Why don't you let the people know a little bit about like what we're doing, 2591, the idea, and then I'm gonna get into rocking with Semii and talking to her a little bit about what she's trying to do.
Cool. So 2591 basically is a platform. We got a podcast. We got a playlist. And basically 2591, you're probably wondering what that means. So 251 is the country code for Ethiopia. 291 is the country code for Eritrea. So I kind of combined the two. So 2591. So we over here highlighting Abisha artists from the diaspora, putting their music out there, throwing a party, highlighting their music, having a playlist highlighting their music, and then interviewing those same artists. So you get the full experience of those artists.
No idea? Oh, yeah. Word. So, first and foremost, oh yeah, I got you. So, so with all that being said, the first person we got up in here is a friend of mine, dear friend of mine. You know, I ain't gonna throw out the whole government and everything, but
oh God, I just went through that right now on Instagram.
For real?
Yeah, because everybody found out my governments, and everyone was like, "I'm about to call you Suze," and I'm like, "No, you're not about to call me Suze."
Yeah. Where did the name Semii come from? Okay,
so Semii in Tigrinya means like sky.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Semii, you know, like sky's the limit. And then honestly, I have a nephew, like a cousin, but basically like my nephew. He's mixed. He's like the first mixed one in our family. So he's half Eritrean. He's like half black. And then his name is Jaquan, but we call him Semii. And I never wanted him to feel like not excluded, like not included in our family. So I was like, oh, and then like my cousin, I just fucked with the names. I just picked it up. So when I'm around him with the family, if you say Semii, I won't turn around. Like I know it's talking.
I'm about to say you just jacked his name.
100%. And he's gonna get older. Like he'd be like, when he was younger, he used to be like Semii, and I would like turn. They'd be like, Susie, they was talking to me. I'm like, all right, Jaquan, all right, I get it. You know. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So shout out to him.
And how long ago was this? So you just decided to just
jack his name?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, how long has it been since I've been making music?
That's dope, though. So you did it to be, like, low-key inclusive.
Yeah, for him, yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah. So and then I love the meaning. Like, sky's the limit. I'm, like, an advocate of, like, you could, you know, do whatever you want in life and whatever.
Yeah. You asked the right question, though. How long you been making music?
All right, so look, I'm gonna give you the backstory.
Please.
All right, so I was always in like chorus, ensembles, theater, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Then I started writing. Theory rapping, I was like 13, 14. I really started rapping. But let me tell you, so this is like a real story. So my uncle bought me like this little toy car with like a little Barbie doll on it. And you pressed it, she would drive and she would sing. Bruh, her melody was fire. What she was saying was trash though. Like it was so fucking trash. I remember I was so irritated. I was like, yo, this melody is so fire. So that's when I wrote my first song. I took that melody and switched the words.
From the Barbie?
Yeah, from the Barbie doll.
Tight.
I didn't record it. It was just I just did it in my room, you know? Like I was just like a kid. And then so whenever she drives, I would just sing my version. I would sing my version.
Yeah.
So then but then at 13, 14, that's when I really started like rapping. Like Eminem dropped Mockingbird. And, like, from there, I was just like... Because you know what it was? I write poetry. Like, I did a lot when I was younger. It was, like, diary entries and stuff. So I was like, yo, he sounds like my diary entry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, wait, this is a thing? Because I didn't grow up listening to rap music at all. So I was just like, oh, what is this? And then I just tapped in, and I was like, oh, I could do this. And I just started rapping.
Dope. Because that's how... When I met you, you was already, like, way full swing in the music. So I didn't know when you actually got started.
Yeah.
You remember how we met?
Refresh your memory.
At the wedding.
Which wedding? The one in Jersey?
Oh, no. You know, it wasn't a wedding. It was one of your kinfolk graduation. I actually got in trouble because of that.
Why'd you get in trouble?
Because the person who invited me to the graduation was mad because me and you hit it off low key. She's probably gonna be pissed. I think it's your kinfolk.
I don't think you're mad at that.
Right, that's what I'm like, wait, who?
I don't even want to put her on blast like that.
It was a female. Wait.
You exactly.
This is in Jersey.
Jersey.
Okay, I think
I
have an idea of which group of people you talking about.
Yeah.
I have a pretty. We could talk about that off air.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But somebody had invited me to the joint, but like.
A female?
Yeah.
And she was upset that we hit it off?
I mean, I ain't talked to her since. She was pretty mad.
Stop! That's OD!
Real shit. I was like, yo, I mean, you know, I was just mingling and somebody else make music. I was out there on my shit. It was like, oh, we kicked it. It wasn't even...
Oh, she probably was trying to talk to you or some shit.
I found out. Not no more, though.
Damn.
That's weird as fuck.
Damn.
I never told you that shit, so I
Yeah,
figured
so I'm
you might as well
like,
put it on the
wait.
record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of funny.
That's sad.
But we tight though. You see how, don't man, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It
We
be
did.
like that sometimes, you know?
It's a big fact. Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. We still cool though. She still follow me on Instagram and
This
shit.
nigga said she still follow me though.
still
I ain't
follow
saying
her.
one word, but she still follow me though.
I still like her pictures.
Mood for life.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Do you have anything you wanted to like actually ask her? Me and her will sit down here and talk about shit all day.
I know. I'm actually very interested. So yesterday you dropped on Instagram that you worked on a book. Not just any book, but with Pharrell, of all people. And
Yeah,
you did not mention this to anybody. You just
Word.
dropped it on Instagram. Like, tell us about that. Like, how did that even happen?
You know, interning gets you a long way. So I recommend I tell everybody intern everywhere and anywhere they can. All right, so this was like last semester of college. I like reached out to some people I wanted to intern for I used to intern at a label. So I was like, all right, that was cool. But then a label, you know, you oversee a lot of artists, right? I was like, I want to tune in on one artist. So then like I reached out to like a bunch of management companies. Long story short, I Am Mother responded and I had an interview and I started interning at I Am Mother, which is Pharrell's management company. And then like, you know, he oversees like BBC, Complex Con. So I was there when the first Complex Con started. So we were like working on that in the New York office and stuff. And then, but when I came in, Loic is Pharrell's manager and like, he's like a blessing, a big blessing. But Loic was like how like, you know, like Pharrell did his first book with Rosalie. He wants to do like another one. They kind of started it, but it hasn't like picked up. But he really wants to do it. This is back in like, we're in 2018, 2017, 2016.
So for 2 years, you haven't said anything about this. That's tight.
You might have hinted it to me actually one time, but
I think I told you I interned there.
yeah,
But like, I didn't talk
you
about
kept the book to yourself. That's dope. Most
You
people
sign
can't.
NDAs, you can't talk a lot.
Oh yeah,
Gotcha,
no, I feel
okay.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's
it's
another
like,
story. Yeah.
mm-hmm. But like people knew I was like they knew like because I wear a lot of BBC because of that. So it's like and I used to like hook people up because used to be like it was this one time when we was moving locations. There was a crazy sale with BBC, so I used to tell everybody, oh, "Come to BBC, it's a crazy sale," or whatever. But yeah, so I was there and I was working on the book, and it was so dope because after my internship was over, I basically like you know I did a lot of the book content, and then when it was over, he was like, you know, we don't want to go to anybody else because I'm the only one who really knows, like, because I was like the thread between Rizzoli, BBC, Pharrell, like the whole thread, like it's just like making sure things is flowing or whatever. So like it's really hard to give what I was doing to somebody else because like I had the relationship with photographers, making sure clearance was going through or whatever. So it's like it's really hard to just give that to somebody else. So he was like, yo, I just want you to finish it, and I was like, yeah, but they know I do music. So I was like, can I do it remotely? And he was like, yeah. He was like, where do you want to go? I was like, Atlanta. He was like, for what? I said, music. He was like, you really gonna do it? I was like, yeah, I'm doing it now, so I might as well. He's like, all right, cool. Let me know if you need anything. Like, the best group of people ever. Like, because it was like, they respected me enough with my music stuff's cool, and still understood that, like, just because cause I feel like a lot of times when you say you're an artist or, like, some type of creative, people just think that's all you're capable of doing. Like, are you fucking dumb? Like, I could do a lot of other shit besides that, you feel me? So it's like, people try to, like, oh, she's an artist, she can't do that. Bitch, I could do that and twice, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I make music, yeah, whatever, but, like, it's so much more to me. So it was the first time where, like, I was around a group of people who, like, understood that and respected that. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's fire. So I was working on it remotely in Atlanta, even in LA for a little bit. And then that was that. And then I didn't know it was dropping. And then to be honest with you, like, I didn't know until, like, because I reached back out about Complex Con. And then we were just talking. He was like, yeah, by the way, the book's dropping on the 8th. And I'm like, okay. And then in my head, I'm like, am I being credited? Like, you know, we didn't even have these, like, legality-ish, you know, conversations. So I'm like, wait. So literally, like, I'm really telling you the story in real time. So I was in the studio by myself, and I seen Tyler, the creator, posted on his story. He had the physical book. So I was like, oh, shit. I was like, okay, it's out. And then I was like 10:50 p.m. Barnes & Noble's closed at 11. So I call him. And I called the first one, the one in the Grove. And I was just like, oh, do you guys have this book? And it was like, yeah. I was like, do you mind checking to see if there's a name in there? He was like, I can't do that. I was like, all right, fine. So then I called the other one, and he was like, I can't check it, but I can hold it for you in front. And he's like, I'll wait until you get here. I was like, all right. So I'm speeding down whatever highway it is to get to fucking Glendale, and then go to Barnes & Noble there. Mind you, the whole ride I'm having, like, anxiety. Like, I'm like, yo, because, you know, things happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's, like, it's fine. like, I've been miscredited before, so it's fine. So I'm like, okay. So I'm having anxiety. I'm like, all right, I'm by myself. I didn't tell nobody or whatever. So I get to Barnes & Noble, and they had the book waiting for me. There's a plastic cover on it. I'm like, oh, this is my book. It's for Susan. They was like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. So I just opened it up. He's like, you know you got to pay for it because you opened it up. I was like, all right, fam, I got you. I saw my name. I snapped. I started yelling. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
It was like a whole moment. He was like, what happened? What happened? I was like, my name's in this book. He was like, oh, my God. I was like, now you lit too. Like,
Yeah,
it was a whole movie. Like, me and a stranger just bonded off of that. I was like, yo. I was like, you know, I was having anxiety. I was like, why? I was like, because, like, I knew that, like, I didn't know, like, I knew they was gonna do right, but we never had a conversation, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm thinking of spelling, I'm thinking of, like, what's being said, whatever, and I saw it, and I was like, wow, this is dope. Like, this is really, really dope. So that's recent as fuck, so you guys definitely just got that right now.
Yeah. So you're an author now, too.
Yeah, we can add that, you know, now I'm an author.
You can add that real quick, right?
Friends with, like, A&R, now I'm an author, now I'm an artist, Triple A. That should be an album.
Go. There you go.
That'd be a dope
That's
album.
you. That's all you.
Triple A.
I don't even know. We might have to block that out. We might have to.
Oh yeah, niggas might take that shit and run. If I hear, listen, if I find out niggas got a Triple A album, that's crazy.
That's what's up, though. Speaking of albums, your last album, how you like going after, like, how you feel about the reception you've gotten since you
To
put
Now
that
or
out?
Never?
Yeah.
Now or Never is dope, man. I mean, reception has been crazy. Like, you don't really know who supports you until you put them in a position to where they have to support you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you drop product and you release product, you could be working on a product. You could be developing product forever. But if people don't know that, there's only but so much they could support. You know what I mean? It's like they could ask you about it, but when you actually release product or a service, it's like it forces people to actually like support, essentially, right?
Mm.
And like I was like for a very even now, like people be like, oh, in the car listening to like Uncomfortable or like whatever, I Got What You Need in some club or whatever, you know, like it just got played on some London radio show. Like it's just a lot, and it's dope because like the mindset behind that project was like it came from a dark space of lack of support. If that makes sense. Like, so it was like, wow, this whole time you think you have no support, which is, you know, your thoughts become perception, so which is what you see, and then the moment you break that, and then it's like, oh shit just, I do have support. Like, people genuinely do fuck with me. People do fuck with the music. They get it. It's nothing like extra. So I've been like, it's a blessing. Like, I'm so grateful for it. I'm working on another one.
Yeah?
Yeah, next year.
I would think so, you know what I'm saying?
I'm working on another one for
Gotta
next
follow
year.
it up, right?
You got a name for it?
No, not yet. I mean, I do, but I'm not gonna say nothing yet.
Yeah. Not committed
because,
to it?
Yeah, because I have a concept around it that my homie, his name is Blogzilla, so I'm shouting him out now because he like pitched it to me.
Word.
And he was like, yo, I really feel like you can embody this. And I was like, that's dope. Let me sit with it. Let me see how I can make that sonically.
Right.
So that's a wrap.
That's one of the things that I'm starting to learn out here, you know, with who like I'm working with is to like this idea of creating content or music to a theme versus letting the music follow.
Right.
Or letting the music lead, I should say. And at the end of the day, the music comes first.
Right.
You know? So, because you try
It's
to
a different
conceptualize something,
shift.
you may box yourself in
Yeah.
even to try to like make a concept album versus just creating as much content as you need and then
I
curating
think the concept album is harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm going through it right now. I'm like, oh shit. Like, because you know, you have, because you cut records all the time, essentially, right? And then it's like, Now or Never was like that. Now or Never, like You With Me, I Got What You Need. I did that a year and a half ago. Like, I just never released it. Like, the last song I did on it was Bank on Me.
Yeah.
That's why it's the shortest. I was like, I recorded that by myself.
For real? Good for
I'm
you.
not no head-ass engineer, but look, I'm going to start charging niggas like $25 an hour to engineer now.
How you gonna say I'm not an engineer and then say I'm a child?
Because I did a track and it was fire.
Yeah.
Granted, I had to send it to my homie Martian to mix it. But it was still fire. I was like, oh shit, I just recorded myself.
So you finna do ghost mixes and
I'm
shit.
a
You
ghost
gon-
engineer.
You gonna ghost engineer.
I'm going to just pull up. I can
Hey,
record
I'm
you.
engineering your shit. I'm gonna send it to my boy.
But he got that,
Take
but
my
like,
cut.
there's certain programs that gotta be set. They gotta be a template on the thing though for me to record you though. I can't do it from scratch. Like, that's like out of pocket. But
Yeah.
now I'm an engineer.
Word bad. Add it to the list.
I'm
Triple
dead.
A E.
Nigga said Triple A. That was a great turnaround.
Yeah, man. I fucks with it. So you said Bank on Me was like the one you just cut at the end? Because that's like a lot of people's favorite. And it's like short. It's like almost
But that's
like
why
an
I'm
interlude.
so amped, because that's the lane that I'm in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because
It's
everything,
present.
everything else was all like, relatively like 6 to 7 months of the time period. Like I had the project essentially was done in like May. Besides Bank on Me, it was done in May.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? I was like, man, let me just keep recording. And I did that. Like, oh, this shit is so fire. We gotta put it on the track. Da-da-da. So I just put it. And then like I've been recording because that week I was locked in the studio, so I just kept cutting hella records.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know. I just felt like it fit in the aesthetics of Now or Never. Like Bank on Me. Period.
Word. I fucks with it. You said there's a lot in this let me get my yak. There's a lot in this in this album that speaks to like, I don't want to say like adult content, but like you're definitely growing, you know, like a lot of like relationship stuff, a lot of like, nah, for real, it's in there. You can't hide from it now. You done put it out.
That's a fact. I'm
You know
not
what I'm
hiding.
saying?
I'm laughing. I think it's hilarious.
What's hilarious? You tell me. What's so funny about that?
You know, it's like, I think a relationship, but people think, when you said that, I laughed because I'm like, oh, people just thinking one type of relationship. This is a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you know, I have relationships with everybody in here, like to some degree. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
But you know damn well what I'm talking about while you over here trying to skirt.
Nigga said, what? Is she PR ready? Hold the fuck up.
Get your media training.
Nigga said,
That ain't what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, me and my homegirl say that.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, you don't even need media training. You're just good at like skirt. And I'm just like, I know, it's actually
Not
crazy.
your boy. I'm here. I'm doubling down.
Aggie. I was in a relationship once upon a time. It was a while ago. Yeah, I've only been in like one real relationship.
Did that wait, like in your whole life?
Like, you know, you have high school relationships. That shit don't
them
count.
don't count.
Like,
Yeah,
you know
word.
what I'm saying? Like, and then like a real one. Then yeah.
Is that what inspired a lot of this content?
I think for good inspired that.
I didn't put positive, negative. I put no connotation on it. I'm just saying, did it
I think
inspire?
there's certain like. At that time period, there was certain people who inspired certain records. So, like, my ex inspired For Good, because I was, like, leaving for good. So, that's how that record came about.
Yeah.
I Got What You Need is a real life story. Like,
That's kind of where I'm at. Like,
everyone was like, yo, you're savage. Yo, like, because the hook is very, like, savagery. Like, I know you've been stressing because your bitch, she always wildin' now. Because every time I come around, you know you want to take me down.
Yeah.
I ain't about to. Yeah, no, it's definitely savage. Like, but it was a real life situation. Like, it was a guy that I met, and then he was in a situationship. I would call it, because if he was in a relationship, it wouldn't be whatever it was. He was in a situationship that he was in for a while, and I didn't know that at first. Then I found out, and then after I found out, that shit's just hard. Like, you know, when you already hit it off, like, imagine, like, it's literally like you just meet somebody and it's like you just start conversation and it's just like you just talk for like 6-7 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh shit, like, you just get me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
all
like,
of a sudden, the person who brought you to that graduation video don't want to fuck with you no more because you clicked.
yo, you should do comedy, my nigga. You're so good at like bringing it back around. That's how like top dog comedians are. Respect all the way. But he said that's what happens when you wow.
My bad, I didn't mean to take you off track, but yeah.
Sheesh. But no, that was like the situation. So, and then I wrote it because that was facts.
Yeah.
Respect to everybody in the situation. I mean, I'm out of that situation now. I have nothing to do with it. But I mean, yeah, there was a point in time where I was just talking to somebody, and then he was in a situationship with somebody else, and then I didn't understand it. Like, I didn't understand how someone could, like, if you talk to me about your relationship so much about how you don't like it, why are you still there? And I get it, time is in a sense, and I think a lot of people are scared to be by themselves, yo.
Yeah,
that's real.
Like, let's talk about jail real quick. Like, for you, a lot of my homies, but like, just to sit there in a box by yourself is a different space. Like, you try sitting in your room by yourself with no type of phone and, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of times people, like, if you're already accustomed to something, like, you know, if you're already comfortable around somebody, you just gonna keep them around because you don't want to be by yourself. And worst case, you could always call or text them or whatever, you know? I think it's a lot of insecure problems, and I ain't trying to talk shit into like men, but
what you mean? Nah, facts is facts.
Okay, so you agree?
Absolutely, we're human.
So
we're human.
Respect,
I'm all about,
because some niggas like nah. It's like, all right.
Hey man, like, I'm all about engaging with like what's real. So hey, if we got problems, let's talk about it. I'm not gonna run from that.
I really don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
People think conversations is confrontation. And it's like, nah, G, it's a fucking conversation. Like,
absolutely. Especially out here, like, I peeped that shit. Like, I'm so glad what brought me out here was a really good friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's real.
Because, you know, especially in the industry, music, all that shit gets real funny real fast.
Yeah.
And if you can't have straightforward conversations.
Real fast.
real fast, you know? And so you got to be able to engage and, you know, have that conversation, even if it's tense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my cousin about this actually the other day. And I was talking to him about the idea of, like, positivity and how that's separate from tension. Like, tension is not always negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think, like, because you get into a conversation and, like, it's intense or it has, like, you got these feelings attached to it that it's negative. Like, nah, like, it may hurt, but that don't make it negative. Like, if the end result is net positive, then
how
it's positive.
is it negative?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a lot, but that's life too. Like, a lot of things happen to you in life and you just be thinking, like, fuck, man, how the fuck am I in this situation? Right after that, you just get, like, the craziest call, or, like, you meet the craziest person who changes your life, or, like, whatever. And that's really how it happened, like, in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of positivity behind negative shit, I feel like.
So you gonna give us any more relationship advice, info?
Listen, I'm single as hell, so I don't know. I can't give y'all no relationship advice.
No?
Not right now. Right now, just say
you got what we need, so you gotta let us. How you gonna say that if we ain't got the
the best relationship advice I could give somebody is
I drank it. Damn. You ain't got no advice for nobody?
Love yourself first.
Yeah.
Yo, that is don't leave me hanging. That's the number one advice.
My bad, I ain't people.
Nah,
love yourself first. And I'll be honest, I said I'd rather somebody, it would mean more to me if someone says to me, I'm committed to you, versus I love you. Commitment, you ain't letting go. Love, I love you, but, like, love changes through emotions, you know what I mean? Like, love could be portrayed, like, I love you so much, I have to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, love, like, yeah, it's a lot. But I just feel like you have to love yourself first. Because ideally, if both parties love themselves first, then you never feel like you're sacrificing so much for the other person. Which I feel like is a lot of issues in a lot of, like, relationships these days. It's like, what you need, I got you. What you need, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, like, that type of dynamic. And then conversations. A lot of other important trust, whatever. But, like, yeah, man, I don't know.
People gotta love themselves first.
Yeah, it's hard to love yourself, though.
Aha. That's what I'm about to get at. Because that's really the thing. Most people go into a relationship maybe because they don't love themselves enough, so they think...
Because they love the way you showing me love. That's how,
they think they're filling a void through somebody else.
Right. Yeah, no, 100%. It's really hard to love yourself. It's like... I don't know. It's a lot when you think about it. Because I even said this the other day, right? I was like, yo, like, growing up, we always ask the question, what you want?
Mm-hmm.
But when you say that, that's putting the tension in that question is what you want is what you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you have to, like, what you want essentially is something you don't have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how the question is framed. So you say, oh, I want some new sneakers, but you have something to cause it. Oh, I want some this, but you have that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, like, when you, I don't know, I just feel like when you love somebody, it's like, sometimes you're just chasing something so much that you can just give to yourself. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, supply that to yourself first, and then that person will appreciate that, and he'll come and add to it. Because, like, let's be honest, like, this is about to get deep. All right, so look, real life story is I was in college, and my homegirl, right, she has both her parents growing up, right? Like, me, I grew up with my mom, mainly. So it was like, she said to me, she was like, yo, like, some guy tried to talk to me about that, blah, he called me beautiful. And like, she just, like, walked away. I was like, why the fuck you walk away? That's whack. As I said. She was like, cause I knew he was just trying to run game, but, like, my father calls me beautiful every day. So that doesn't mean shit to me. And this was a whole like, it changed my life. Like, I was like, that's crazy, because if a nigga compliment me, I'm stopping whatever the fuck I'm doing to like, engage that, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it just goes to show like how you're raised, or like, you know what I'm saying, like what you're around, like how your family. It's all internal. That's why it's so hard to love yourself if you wasn't received love growing up. Like,
That's true.
and you have to build yourself up. Like as you get older, like you have to really just watch yourself and like, yeah, man, like you don't need anything else extra. Like you and you the best you. You feel me? Like, and I feel like perception of like, and then you got other people's perceptions being like pushed onto yours. Like, it's crazy. It's like you see other people have it. You never even thought about it. But because you see somebody else have it, it's like your ego kick in. It's like, oh yeah, I need this shit now too. No, you don't.
Yeah, because you talk about perception, and this is what I want to come back to. Loving yourself is hardest because you're worried most about perception, I feel like. Because it's easy, I feel like, for people to, love themselves and, and see the things that are great about themselves and like want to just like talk about it or exert that energy. Right. The problem is you worried about how other people feel about like you loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, am I coming off egotistical, or do I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whereas in reality, you just love yourself. You feel like, damn, like God did the right thing.
You too
over
confident.
here.
You too this. You
absolutely. You arrogant. You this. You that. Like,
society is set up like that though, because if you had everybody walking around thinking like, oh, like they love each like themselves, oh, the world would not be in the predicament it's in right now. Like, it'd be so much further. Like, I swear. But it's set. I feel like society is set up to where you have to like belittle people, so certain people can have higher positions of power. And then the first way you belittle somebody is take away their self-value, or like tell them they have no self-value. Mm-hmm. In reality, you have all the value in the fucking world.
Yeah, for sure. So let's take a break real quick. We're gonna come back. WCW.
Women Crush Wednesday.
Yeah, it was an event. That's where we got to rap and catch up a little bit. How do you feel like, and this is just cutting through the bullshit, how you feel like performing when you're performing in front of like those groups? Because it's like a thing, and
those groups? What you mean?
Those groups, like, meaning like, obviously you got to go through everything. You got to go through the mud to make it in this industry, right? And so it's like, it's not just like...
That's not always true.
You're right.
That's not always true. A lot of people didn't.
A lot of people
did. Jumped and flipped and skipped over the mud and the struggle.
Wow, I'm here.
Woo! Yeah. I'm lit. Yeah. But true. But many of us have to go through the mud, yeah.
Exactly. So talk about the mud a little bit, like, because your energy, especially like online or even in person, actually mostly in person, you could tell that you got the energy to be in front of and perform in front of people. Like, you're not shy by any means. Like, I don't even see that. Sometimes a up-and-coming artist has like a bit of apprehension. You don't got that. So what is it like when you have to apply that to a crowd that is maybe not like that many people that's going on in there? How's that? Keep it a buck, because people want to hear that.
Yeah, no, of course, always. I think when you perform, honestly, like, I used to perform at like talent shows where it was like 5 people in a room. Like, you know what I mean? So you have to break through that. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm here to put on a show. Mm-hmm. Whoever, and when it hit me, okay, so I had to open up for 2 Chainz at Observatory in Santa Ana in OC, right? Mm-hmm. And I got the call for a day of or whatever, like, yo, like, it's gonna be some, I forgot his name, it was some act, then it was me, then it was like 2 Chainz, and I was like, all right, cool. I didn't have no music out at that time, but people knew I did music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I took everything down, and that's when I was working on, like, Now or Never, or whatever. So I Got What You Need was done at that point. A couple other songs was, like, done. So I called my boy Zay Hilfiger. That's my, like, bro who did Juju on the beat. And I was like, yo, bro, you want to come to my show? I was like, you could, like, he's a big dancer. He does music, too, but, like, he's just a whole vibe. So he was like, here, sis, I got you. So we all went out there. And then I did a whole 30-minute set. And it was, like, 1,600 people there. And I did a 30-minute set of unreleased music. It's actually fucking hilarious, I think, to me. To this day. And, like, I didn't get booed or nothing. It was lit. It was a vibe, and I walked off. But to me, so look, the crowd, though, like, they're here to see 2 Chainz, right? So they're, like, there, and they're, like, just watching. Like, so I'm literally on stage, and just people, you know what I'm saying? And they're just watching. The whole time. Like, as lit as I am, they're just watching. You feel me? They're not jumping up and down. They're watching.
That's what you mean. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, like, what I learned through that was no one booed, and then I was talking to them, they'd answer back, hey, females was lit. Then afterwards, they had me walk to like the VIP section for when like 2 Chainz comes on in his camp. So as I'm walking, you have to go through the crowd. As I'm walking through the crowd, it was so many people was like, yo, what's your Instagram? Yo, I fuck with your music. Yo, your song reminds me of my ex. Blah blah blah. Fuck him. I was like, I had security, but like. I'm always with the people, you feel me? So like I was dead ass like having whole conversation with people, and my security dead ass like grabbed my hand and was like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, why not? And I'm like, I'm talking to them. They're like, nah, cause it's gonna build a lot and it's gonna gravitate everyone to like where you are. So I was like, all right, man, take me to my section. My section, and niggas was coming to the section, like, cause I was too busy just talking to people. I'm like, and they were just so dope, like, and then it made me realize, like, just because someone is standing there watching you perform, don't mean they don't fuck with you.
Exactly.
Like, be humble, nigga. Like, they don't know your music. You feel me? You can't expect these motherfuckers to like really just be turned up, blah blah blah, and then you do a half-ass performance because the crowd, you think the crowd isn't engaged in your experience. No, listen, you haven't. As an artist, you have to always be aware of where you are. As I'm very like aware of where I am currently. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm aware it's like where I'm going. So it's like current state of mind. It's like they don't know who I am. I never been to OC. I'm not from here. Nigga, I got the call the same morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they probably didn't even know I was about to perform. They're here to see 2 Chainz. You feel me? And it's like you learn that like it's a difference when you reach a difference in your artist success when people are watching your experience versus people are in your experience. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, it was lit, and they was watching my shit and they fucked with it, and it was lit, and I love Santa Ana, and like it was such a vibe, and I still talk to hella people on Instagram from there or whatever, and I'm aware of that. So taking that analogy back to smaller settings, it's the same thing to me. Like I'm just like, okay, like you either, if you know it, like those who knew me already or knew it clearly was in the experience because it didn't feel like I was performing. It felt like we were just like lit, jumping up and down like to like music. And those who didn't know me was watching the experience to understand what it is. And just because people watch you and don't move don't mean they don't fuck with you. It makes me want to go even harder. I'm in your face more probably. Yeah. Like I'm in your, like the nigga
I remember because we're like super low key. I'm always super low key.
Yeah, I was in the back and I was like, why these motherfuckers sitting down chilling? I was like,
you just
nah.
came and rapped in my face.
I was like, absolutely not. We're not doing these shenanigans. I was like, no. Yeah, I definitely remember that.
I love that shit.
Yeah, like I just be on some like, I don't know. I'm just very upfront.
Don't ever lose that shit. I love that shit. Even when you did it, I knew why you did it. I was like, yeah, she's probably like, why?
Yeah, I was too relaxed to a hype song. I was like, I don't like it. I'm the worst. I stopped the whole shit. I'm like, yo, hold the fuck up.
I remember she was rapping straight in your face. I was like, all right, she came to me. I was like, oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, I was like, my little seat. Niggas is this is not no R&B concert. We're not doing that. It's a dub. Like,
I love that though.
It's not that. So I'm very like energetic as fuck when I perform, but it takes time.
That's confidence too, though. You very confident, and it's not like that's a great thing. Like let me say it like this: you portray yourself as very confident. I don't know. I can't get in your brain. I don't know what is going on up in there. But from the external, you come out, and that's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. I personally love confidence. You go to my bio, it says something to the effect of when you were displaying a lack of fear. You give others permission to do the same. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's dope as fuck.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. You got something on your mind though when I said that.
Yeah, cause it's like that's interesting. Confidence. So there's a thing about being confident and humble, and then the levels of like humbleness and knowing where you are. Like like even me, like you said, like people probably know already, like, I just came in through the mud and this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no family, no whatever. Like, grinded one day, session, song at a time, one follower at a time or whatever. And it's like, I'm very humble. I'm like, yo, you so-and-so? Oh, I know your whole biography. I respect you. Like, and that's how I hit off a lot of my, like, it's actually crazy. A lot of my, like, friends, like, around me, it's like, or people that I can call, like, my mentors, my bros, are people that like, I knew what they did before I met them. And it's like now we just had, because I just come to people like, cause I'm aware, like I just respect what you do and I'm very humble, right? But then it's repetition. Like the repetition is like, you know what the fuck you're doing. Like you just know and understand yourself more. You understand crowd control more. You understand like perception more. You understand like sounds sonically. Even if like, but to yourself. like, who gives a fuck about everybody else around you? Like, to myself, like, I just understand, like, okay, this is gonna sound good, this is not gonna sound good, like, this is that. And when you do things, like, a lot of times, I think it builds, like, the confidence. And, yeah, it's important to have, if you don't have it, you gotta fake it. I think in the beginning, I faked it.
Talk about it.
I probably did.
You gotta fake it, right?
I probably, yeah, because back then you couldn't tell me my songs was ass.
That shit is real. Fake it till you make it is real.
There's certain ways you gotta do it though. If I see you in some fake ass, you got fake followers, you trash. You got fake like, yeah, like I don't fuck with like shit like that, like the fake, like digital fake realm. Cause I'm a nigga, you got 100,000 followers, but you get 10 likes. Please stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a dub. So it's like, I'm not trying to like that stuff. I don't like, but like. You gotta fake certain things. Like, yo, I be wearing shit. You could ask, like, Nati or Yodi, like, my homegirls around me, like, they be like, yo, Sam, what the fuck are you wearing? I'll be like, it's fire, leave me alone. Like, and I used to be like that, in like, because in high school and college, I used to swear I used to have a scarf. I think it's like, you know how much I used to, like, Gabi?
Yeah.
Like, I used to deadass have, like, a scarf, like a mending, like, I swear. And I would always, like, high school, like, my wardrobe, like, and we had uniforms, so I would do like crazy socks. I have a scarf on because I'm fucking anemic. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be doing a hoodie, sweats under skirts. Like I used to do crazy shit. Then I started seeing other niggas do it too, and I'm just like, oh, I see how this world works. So your outer world is a reflection of like your inside. So like I just walk around like, bro, this shit, like right now I probably like my homegirl hate these pants.
I ain't finna let you just run by that.
What?
The outer world, your outer world is a reflection of your inside.
That's a fact.
Tweet that shit.
That's like a big fact. You don't know it though.
Yeah.
You don't know it. You don't know that shit. You don't know it because you just think like it's just what's happening. It's like no, my nigga, it's because it's happening in your mind.
Fucking
so
head.
This is why it's happening.
That's why Shakespeare said the world is a stage. I don't think people like grasp that. When
That's
people say
deep.
the world is a stage, it's
like let
not
that
like,
sink in.
It's like everything that's going on in the world is whatever you're perceiving it to be. And the stage, you're the director. You know, like you're the screenwriter. So
what's
the
that
world
is like 5% what happens and 95% how you react or some shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro. Like it's mentally, like it's a lot. It's not easy, but it ain't supposed to be. Cause that's the thing. Like, so I'm being really intrigued to like people who do like regular 9-to-5s. Like I'm being like really like you know we all probably have 9-to-5s on the side or whatever. But I'm talking about like people who want to like
40-hour weeks.
That's their life. That's what they want to do though.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's like their dream.
I don't get that.
You say you don't get that?
I don't get it. Who are just only like, that's all I get it. Do. I don't want to do nothing else, but I'm cool with just like clocking in, clocking out, going home. Yeah. And doing the same shit for like 30, 40 years. Right. I don't get it.
There's people out there who exist.
Yeah.
I don't know if the word, I mean, yes, there's going to be, I don't know, the only thing I'm on is the word want. I don't necessarily think that people would necessarily want to do whatever it is that they're doing, but what they want is a security. What they want is to pay their bills, to see their family, all that is what they want. No, but
I feel like there's real life people who, let's be honest right now, they're not into like sports, they're not into like no creative fashions. There's people who can't think of like what's not seen right now to build a startup, you know what I'm saying? Trying to create and they're just like, I just want a job and that I have the security or whatever, but I just want a job.
And that's my point. I think we're saying the same thing. What I'm saying is, why do you want a job though? You want to be able to pay bills. You want to be able to take care of it. Like,
but there's something else. But my thing is like
they have no desire.
They have no desire for anything else.
Yeah, that's the world we live in. It's 80-20. That's the American dream. What you think the American dream is to invent Facebook? Nah, the American dream is to have a 9-to-5 and pay your bills.
I thought the American dream was to have opportunities and.
I'm
not do what you want to do.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, but the propaganda, let's say, when they say the American dream, the white picket fence, it's like a house, a kid, like a dog, you get out, you get college degree, and you have a job. And the system is that you are part of this organism that is a company that is mostly for the person who owns it or the stakeholders who own it. Right. But you get your due for building what, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think people are completely cool with that. I don't understand. I'm with y'all. I may not understand it, but it's because most people ain't trying to go through the mud, if you will, of creating something. Because think about that. There is something that is non-existent in this world, and you want to bring it not only to this world, but you want other people to consume it.
Yeah.
Let that
Who
sink
the
in.
fuck wants to do all that?
Yeah.
They looking at you like, why the fuck would you do that? Let me work 40 hours a week, cut this check, and move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll do what
That's
I want
so
in my spare
beautiful to
time.
me. I find the beauty in it, though.
Of course, and that's why you
There is a
created.
beauty. Right.
That's why you do what you do.
Exactly.
No, but even like the people, the opposites, like I don't want to say opposites, but like people who work 40
On the other
hours
side
a
of
week.
the spectrum.
Like I just think that's so beautiful because I can't relate, and no inch and bone in my body can like. If I have a job, I'm in a job to get out. I'm in a job to rack up to get out, to go and fund myself to get out. Like,
let's hope that if you ever decide you need a penny and you need to work for somebody, they don't see this interview. Because what you just gave up, is the secret sauce to so many of us who are like we're creatives, but we know how to tap into corporate to get our money and
100%.
get out. And you
Let's
just
be
spilled the
honest.
beans
So,
on all of us.
damn, my fault. Niggas said, oh shit,
Don't
oh shit.
worry. Hey, like, yo, like, people, like, you know,
I can't.
I had to leave corporate to come here. So, like, you're literally speaking to me. Like, you're speaking about me, which
Nah,
is
I
why
think that's what interning is. What the fuck is that? I was interning at a label to know how a label works so I could go run some shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I think
Like,
they understand that. Like, for me, I'm working in, you know, the financial industry. Like,
yeah, they find out,
I'm
like,
flipping
with that.
stocks, like,
Yeah.
you know, and so, but the
Oh,
thing
can you teach me?
yeah, absolutely.
I gotta learn. I need some side hustle.
Yeah, no, I can. It's a lot.
I need some.
Conceptually, it's
Forex?
more simple.
I'm sorry.
Do I know how to do forex? Foreign exchange?
Yeah.
That's not my cup of tea. Can I
Okay.
learn it? Yeah, but it's not like I deal with foreign exchange. I worked at a enormous fucking company, and we were like, we're not
Again.
doing foreign exchange.
Yeah.
Shout
Okay.
out to Fidelity though. Y'all
We'll
cut
talk-
me mad checks. Y'all help me pay off my debt. I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate these companies.
I do.
Blah, blah.
You know what's crazy?
They made us who
They
we
knew
are.
I was coming out here.
They did.
Yeah, like the
They have
thing
an
was-
office here?
They had mad offices here, and I was actually applying to transfer.
Hmm.
And then like the thing was the opportunity was there, like on this music shit. And you know how LA is. Let's keep it a buck. Like you may be associated with certain groups, but it's like ain't nobody paying until way down the line.
Oh,
Right?
Niggas
Right?
is all living in the studio.
Yeah, and
Trust, we've been there.
I'm all cool with that. Like if anything, like I'm like the inside man telling everybody this shit. I
Right.
don't care. Like yo, like yeah, I'm not getting paid in my certain situation. But what I did was I took that corporate opportunity to rack up, to pay off debt, and to rack up.
Yeah.
To where hey, I could take that leap of faith, go out to
Exactly.
LA, figure out my situation, and then if I gotta get a job or whatever to pay bills, cool.
You do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But shout out to them
Oh,
because
can we talk about that?
they were real
Yeah.
supportive.
There's something that I want to say.
Go ahead.
So I really want to say this. So look, I think there's a perception right now in the industry where in order to be successful, you just have to do whatever that is, the thing is,
Yeah.
24/7. You can't have no side hustles. Like if you want to be an artist, you can't have a job. It's almost like, oh, you have a job? Oh, but you make music? Or like, oh, you do this or you direct, but you can't have like, it's almost like looked down upon, I feel like.
Yeah.
Do y'all
Trader
agree?
Joe's.
It is.
Trader Joe's, homie from the college. They tried
Oh,
to get on homie because he had a
yeah.
job.
The
Yeah.
producer, director.
No, he was an actor
From
from
the
the
Cosby
Cosby
Show.
Show. He was an actor from the. What you
Who
didn't
am
see
I
about
thinking
that?
about? I'm thinking about the one that Nicki gave money to. Remember Nicki gave him like $20,000 or whatever because they was making fun of some
I
guy.
think it was the same guy.
It might have been the same guy.
Same guy.
He's
but
older, yeah.
He was
but
he was an actor on the
actor.
Cosby Show way back when.
Right.
It was just whatever. I don't know his career.
Right.
But he just happened to have a job at Trader Joe's in
And
between.
every
Somebody
job was
snapped photos, put it online, and then it became a thing. And so people were like, "What? Tyler Perry?" Like a bunch of people actually
Yeah.
rallied behind him.
Right.
And we're like, yo, like, what the fuck? He gotta work, he gotta live.
Right.
He's hustling.
A
Like,
lot of like
if
top
anything, we
dogs
should
came
apply-
out
Yeah.
and said that.
Yeah, and they
But that's
brought
rare.
him on. Yeah. I mean, I think that's 2018, though. I think people are a lot more awake now to reality. Like, it's not this perception thing. Hollywood, you're an actor or you're a musician or bust. Like, what you're saying, like, I feel like that is dated. Like, yo, we gotta get over this idea. If anything...
No, I'm with you, but what I'm saying to you is, as advanced as you might think it is, I don't think it's that advanced. I don't think it's that advanced. Because let's be honest, everybody who we hear about who pops off right now, who's successful, has always, you hear the story of, I was just living in my mom's couch. I was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just living in the studio. I just packed my bags and went here. Like, you don't hear when, like, nigga fucking, when Nikki was coming up, she was saying, I was working at Red Lobster. I was a waitress. She was so honest about that. Like, yeah, I was a whole ass waitress.
Yeah.
Until I was able to, like, support myself. Then I left that shit. Then I focused on my music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't hear a lot of those stories. Like, you don't hear about, like Puffy, he was interning, you know what I'm saying? Before he did, like, you hear, like, a lot of our OGs, they talked about it every step of the way. Nowadays, it's like, yo, I'm a dope dealer, I'm a stripper, or whatever. And I love all my dope dealers, and I love all my strippers.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, what about the kids who, like, interning? What about the kids who had to work the waitress? You know what I'm saying? What about the kids who, like, do they not are they not into like the art realm because they have that day job? Like, if I have to put on a suit and tie during the day, and then I have to throw on some sweats and some kicks at night to perform, does that make me less of an artist? Like, that's trash to me. Fuck out of here. Nah, that makes like, and I really just want to like say that because like I was stuck in that. Like, mentally.
Shit, me too.
I was also, I'm a rapper. Fuck all y'all niggas. You feel me? Like, I'm not doing nothing. Like, I'm chilling. Like, I was in Atlanta just thugging in. I came here, I was just thugging. I was like, I'm not working nowhere. And then there was a point in time I was like, oh, I can't live like this right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I was like,
So
oh.
mine is from the opposite perspective. Like, I'll take, because I'm about my bag.
Right.
So I'll take the job.
Oh, you focus on the bag more.
I'm focused on the bag.
I was
you
too
feel
focused
me?
on the position of title.
Right, exactly. So, but I'm saying it's the opposite perspective to where, like, I'm sitting, I'm collecting the bag, I'm paying off, I'm doing all these great things, but then I'm like, damn, like, why am I not spending this time at the studio? Why am I not? You see what I'm saying? So
But
it's
that's
like
because the time
inverse.
it took for you to get that. I guess you couldn't balance the time to get like in the studio.
Well,
like,
yeah, exactly. Until I find the balance. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I feel like it's important that everybody
Hustles. In every way, shape, or form. You know, like, you could do whatever the fuck you want these days. Do everything.
Yeah, for sure. Well, shit. Let me see, cause I know you got places to be too. Like all your shits, your Instagram, whatever. Anybody who peeps this, I want them to make sure they know where to go follow you.
Okay.
And then, and just go ahead and give that out. And then anything that you want to tell people as far as what you may be going.
All right. First and foremost, socials and stuff. Everything's at Hello Semii. That's HELLOSEMII. So it's Semii with 2 eyes. So that's like Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. You can search me on like Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all streaming platforms. Type in Semii with 2 eyes, and you type in Now or Never. You can hear my EP. I just released it. I just dropped a video called Jump Off. You can YouTube Jump Off Semii with 2 eyes. Yeah, man, like that's really what I'm doing. I'm just making content and releasing content. The platform that I'm on the most is Instagram.
Word.
So
your Instagram be popping, yo. You be having me dead on that shit.
yo, can we? I don't know how much time.
Yeah,
comedies.
Yeah,
Audio is
styles.
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah.
say like let's talk with girlies. Like on Instagram. Wait, what'd you say?
No, your little comedy things, you just be talking, going off, your little
Fam,
freestyles. Yeah, it's
It
just,
really was my life. Like I be thinking of like it's not even skits. I be thinking of like content. Like at all times. Like,
I know it's just you though. That's just you. You're
That's
just
a
funny
fact.
as hell like
Like,
that.
you wanna know why I was late? Because my fucking nail broke yesterday, right? So I had to go. That's why you was like, why I sound like you at the store? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm on my way. I'm in Studio City.
Hey, you ain't never gonna be able to lie to Ben.
I was like, bro, I'm on my way, bro.
I straight up told her, you sound like you at a store.
Yeah, he did. I was like, I'm on my way. I'm in a new Studio City. He was like, all right, fine, just hurry up. I was like, all right, cool. So then, like, my nail broke yesterday, right? And then so I was like, Summer, how's your day? I said, look at this. You see this shit right here? This is how my fucking day's going. Yo, that shit was hilarious. And I was like, oh, wait, this is content, y'all. This is content. Hold up.
Yeah.
And then I tried to capture it. I didn't capture that one. But I don't know. I'd be capturing shit.
Yeah, man. I admire that. Because I'm like the opposite. My Instagram and shit be dead. I be so like insecure about putting shit on there.
Why?
Updated shit.
I have
I used to. Now I'm like, fuck
no
that.
fucking clue why. There's no reason why it should be other than like it's just myself.
I think like I have a lot of friends like that, by the way, who don't even like my homegirl right now. She's off of Instagram. She's like, I'm good, and it's like I think where it comes from is either A, you don't care for people to know what's going on in your life, and then B, it comes from like a space of like I don't want to even share what the fuck I'm going on in your life. But what I want to say is Instagram is crazy. So look, I was on live, right? Like this is a couple days ago, and while driving, y'all don't live and drive. I just do that shit often these days. But anyways, whatchamacallit? You know, I was like, yo, send me a request, like a video chat. So I'm like, the first time I'm picking up random, and people would chat me.
I'm hopping on your shit next time. Next time you get on Instagram.
Say no more. Say no more. It's lit. So look, so I like answered like I was like, all right, where you from? Blah blah blah. And it was like, oh, some like Habesha people from like Manchester. I'm like Manchester, and he's like, yeah, it's in like UK. I was like, it's Habesha people in Manchester? It's like, yeah. I was like, go tell your Habesha promoter to book me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was like talking and stuff. And they're like, yo, we like your music here. I was like, blah. He showed me a whole guitar thing. I was like, oh, snap. I was like, can you make music? He was like, I can't. Everybody's sleeping. So it was like a whole vibe. I'm like, I'm like, niggas in Manchester though, fam. But okay, cool. Then I was like, I got off the phone with them. I was like, oh, shout out to him. I was like, anybody else want to tune in, just call me. So I pick up. It's a whole guy. Like, he's like, yo, what's up, bae? I said, bae. I said, oh, this is on live, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, bae. He's like, look, Sam, look. I ain't like none of these other guys who be hitting you up in your comments. My nigga was on my live for 20 minutes running game, fam.
20 minutes,
from fucking Wisconsin. What the fuck? I was like, Wisconsin? Man, I'm like, Wisconsin? Where the fuck is Wisconsin? Like, what? Like, I've never been to nothing. So, like, I'm mind blown. And he's dead. I got a son. He like 4 years old. But, like, trust me, baby. Like,
Trust me, baby.
Yeah, but that was my dog, though. Like, I fucked with him heavy. Yeah, everybody, like, my life had like 20 or 30 people in it. Everybody was dying. He was like, and because some guy commented, I don't know him, some guy commented on the live and was like, nah, bro, she mine. It was like, hey, babe, who this nigga talking about something he mine? I was like, yo, my nigga, who are you? Like, I love it, though. It was just so lit. Like, it was just so, like, it's so bad because homie's probably so serious, but I just think he's a comedian right now. I'm just like, yo, fam, you're, like, amazing right now. Like, it was hella dope. Hella dope.
Word,
so, shout
man.
out to Instagram. Follow me on everything. You know, we dropping content every day. You feel me?
HELLOSE.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I'm excited to see, like, what you guys do as you guys grow and whatever you need, I'm here for y'all.
We
and
appreciate
lit.
you being the first one.
For sure.
Thing is, go ahead and give them your IG too, man. We got like 30 seconds.
My
left.
IG is Denkinish, but it's spelled Denkinish. I guess my parents spelled my shit wrong. So it's DENKINESH. Find me on Instagram.
The Instagram is 2591 worldwide. Everything's spelled correctly. You can follow me at Benny Hundreds, BENNYHUNDREDS. Let's
Facts.
go. Bang.
That's